Beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, simply check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. And it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Okay. All are welcome on the channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. Collective, today we're starting off with number 3. We're starting off with the dissolving light. Okay. So with the energy of the dissolving light here, as I was going through the deck and I was shuffling, this card stuck out and Spirit wanted me to bring the dissolving light energy to the collective to remind you that as I always inform the collective, but there's a need to reiterate the message that there will always be something going on, in the world. In the meantime, in between time, no matter who you are, where you are collected, there will always be something going on that you are in disagreement with. Change will always be happening. There will be new ideas, new areas of study, new inventions, new ways to go about life, new belief systems. Every day I always speak about change. Things are constantly changing inside of us as well as outside of us. And so Spirit had me pull this card in particular because there's a need to reiterate and to remind the collective and to make sure that what I'm sharing with you, when you find time, someone that you care about, whoever you consider to be near and dear to you, just simply remind them to don't forget to let their light shine. Don't allow the things that you see and hear around you to make you waver from your path or your craft. Don't allow the things you may see on social media, on television, on the news stations to alarm you to the point where you become depressed or anxious or full of anxiety, or you have plans set up or an idea set up, and all of a sudden you become distracted or discouraged from staying focused on your goal and your plans. So Spirit is saying, be mindful. I have shared this many times before of engaging into conversations, even general conversations, about what's going on when it comes to politics, anything negative about change. It's okay to be aware, collective. It's okay to keep your eye on the scoreboard. The message is not to ignore or be oblivious, but the message here with dissolving light is for you not to allow yourself to become spiritually disheveled, for you not to allow yourself to become discouraged. Source wants you to stay encouraged. Your ancestors want you to stay encouraged. They want you to remain grateful and thankful in each and every day that you wake up and you are given the gift of life and air is still in your body. That is the very moment that excitement should shoot through your body, should shoot through your soul and through your spirit, and you should trust and know that whatever is happening is happening for your highest good. And so they want you to remain encouraged and not discouraged. So don't allow the light within you, collective. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm pretty sure that you love this vibe, and we greatly appreciate you. Ashe, we greatly appreciate you. Yes, we do. But make sure you don't allow your light to dissolve. Make sure you don't allow your oomph, your reason of why you get up each and every day, why you choose to stay encouraged or motivated, whether this is taking care of your family, your children, your spouse, going to work, starting, maybe you're returning back to school and you're furthering your education. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're expanding your family. Maybe you're someone who's expecting a new addition to the family. You want to stay in positive energy and high vibration. You do not want to worry anyone who has a baby in their womb, about hypothetical what ifs and the changes that are happening within the world. Spirit is saying there's a lot that is out of our control, but what we do have control of is how we respond to what's taking place. So be mindful of what you are absorbing, collective. Be mindful of what you are engaging in. Even topic discussions that are fear based or fear mongering, or if you see something on social media, or if you see something on the television and it's, it's projecting fear, or some kind of worry, or you feel it's something that will stir you up or make you anxious or put you in a bad space or place. Okay, so with the dissolving light, that's what this card is representing, for you to keep your light shining bright, keep your determination, keep your willpower about yourself. Life is not easy for anyone, collective. Doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter about your upbringing. We all have something that we are dealing with on a daily that we may not be comfortable or proud to be dealing with, but it's part of learning, it's part of growing, and it's a part of our lives, individually speaking, because we each have our own purpose. We each have our own path and mission to fulfill. We all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. And so, because we know that change is always happening, no matter what you're dealing with, you have to stand on whatever you're coping with that's making you uncomfortable or maybe making you anxious. Trouble does not last always. Okay. That's not just a phrase. It's not just a song. It's the truth. We are constantly going through changes inside and out. And just because you hear of something that is occurring or you hear that something has happened in one location doesn't mean that it's going to happen in your location. So we want to be mindful because energy goes where the mind flows. It's very important, it's critically important, collective, to be mindful of what you are absorbing. Be mindful of engaging in those gossiping negative conversations. You want to be careful of what you are magnetizing to yourself. I got to get some magnets up here. And yes, I do have some. I just don't feel like getting them. But you got to be careful of what you are magnetizing to yourself. You do have control of that. And your ancestors want you to be aware of that, okay? And so the next card we have here is Arise. And so if you are in a funk or you're in some state of depression or sadness, or you may be worried about something, there may be something going on that you're hearing. It could be something at work. It could be something just chatter at work about what's going to occur, or they're going to lay people off, or they're going to put somebody in our place. Those things have not occurred yet. Those things have not came to pass yet. And if they ever do, Spirit is saying you need to stand on, trust and believe that there is another opportunity for you. And also, we need to look at change as an opportunity for us to change something in our life. Maybe it's our perception. Maybe it's the way we are engaging in life. Maybe it is our career. Maybe it's an inkling or a nudge to embark on, maybe starting that business, going back to school, or working on the skills that we already have, because we all are born with skills and some kind of talent or gift. And I know that we are all, each and every one of us, we have at least two gifts or skills that can be utilized, whether it's to create a source of income or create some kind of profit for you and your family, or whatever it is you desire in your life. And so those talents, those skills that we sit on and we may have ignored, we've brushed off. You've possibly have received compliments. Maybe you have a beautiful singing voice. Maybe you're a wonderful, prolific writer. Maybe you're a good speaker. You know how to speak very well. You know how to communicate. You have the gift of communication. Maybe you know how to write poetry. Maybe you're an artist. You could be a hairdresser, a barber. There's many different skills and hobbies. So when change is happening, trust and know it's not always for the bad and the negative. It's not to harm you. It's not to hurt you. Spirit is saying it's time to receive the nudges, the changes, the nudges, as this, a time to reflect. What can I change within myself? Or if it's nothing within you, maybe it's something around you. Maybe it's something in your household, okay? Or maybe you need to leave that job you've been complaining about. Okay, maybe this is the opportunity for that. A lot of magic occurs and can happen whenever you feel that things are chaotic. Actually, they're the reciprocal. And those who get it. Whenever you feel collective that things are too chaotic or for you in life or worldwide, things are actually the reciprocal. It is a great time to create that resume. It is a great time to apply for that job you always wanted. You've been saying it, but you just haven't applied yet. It's been on your mind. It's been in the back of your head. And this is something you can do privately. You don't have to tell anyone what you're doing. Your next time you're off work, get that resume ready. Upload it, go online, whatever their process is, and proceed. A wise one, keep your moves and your next step to yourself. Keep that private anyway. Once you get the job and you're in there, okay, yeah, I got the job, y'all. I got the job. Let's toast up. But either way, this message is clearly Spirit wants the message to be conveyed. There's a lot of worrying going on, and there's a lot of stress going on. No matter who you are watching this message, from the day you have been born until now, you have always witnessed and heard of several changes happening in your life. And Spirit is saying the idea that you are here to see this message is an answer within itself. So this is just a time for you to tap into your faith. Tap into that mustard seed, pull it out, exercise your belief system, but it's time to make sure you're being mindful. Be very mindful, because you can put yourself into an overload of stress and anxiety, but it can be self-inflicted. And you want to make sure that you're keeping good control and manage of that. You do not have to watch anything. I'll just say anything that is about negative energy consistently. When you're doing it too much, that's the energy that you are magnetizing towards you. Okay. Just be mindful of what you're absorbing, what you're watching, what you're absorbing, and the conversations you are partaking in. It will make a great difference. Someone could be maybe having problems sleeping at night. You may find it difficult to have a good night's rest. It's about what you are absorbing as well as the people you are around. You could be around people who are negative. Uh, and Spirit is saying to be careful with this, okay? If you know that you are around someone who is constantly negative and it bothers you, and this is something really collective, is personal, you don't have to, if you want to keep it to yourself, you can keep it to yourself. You don't have to go to the person like, hey, you're real negative and I don't like it. You don't have to say nothing to them. Spirit is saying this is something that can be done privately within yourself. Only you know what makes you happy. Only you know the type of people you hang around. And only you know if you're absorbing negative energy. Okay. Some people are able to see with their first eye and some aren't. Some people are empathic. Some people aren't aware that they are empathic and they're picking up on this energy and just absorbing it and it's weighing them down. But Spirit is saying to be mindful of allowing what you hear and see to affect and impact your life so much where you feel drained, where you feel like darkness has loomed or is looming over you. Don't forget to not allow your light to dissolve. You may have moments where you feel you need to take a break. You need to recalibrate. Take a break from the noise, maybe a group of friends. It could be from work. You may just have to take a day off. Like, look, I need to call in and sleep in today. I'm not telling them that, but yes, I will not be in today. But whatever it is that is draining you and making you feel like you want to give up, making you feel depressed, sad, or worrying you. Something could be worrying you, even if this is bills and finances. There's a lot of chatter about this. What if, hyper. There's a lot of fear mongering energy and projection out there. Be wise, be wise. Do not allow anyone to assist you in dissolving your own light. You are in full control. You are the captain of your ship, okay? So Spirit is saying be mindful of these things. You don't have to have that excruciating headache. Get outside, get into nature, refocus your attention. Read a good book. Go for a walk. If you have a pet, play with the cat, play with the dog, take them out in the yard. You know, there's a lot of things you can do, besides engaging in this negativity, because Spirit is saying people are becoming overwhelmed. Folks are becoming overwhelmed and stressed. And folks are keeping a poker face, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, a lot of worrying going on. One second, ladies and gentlemen. Folks are worrying. There are no coincidences, just confirmation. If there's something you want to do that. Something about someone taking out a second mortgage. And there's been a disagreement. There's been an argument. There's been a battle. Something about taking out a second mortgage on a property. If it's for you, go for it. Never mind what you are hearing about what's going to happen. This could be between you and your spouse. This could be between you and family members. Maybe the matriarch, maybe the mother wants to mortgage the home, and maybe the children is trying to talk her out of it or something like that. Follow your heart. Do not stop living, you know, do not stop living. Keep going. We live in a plentiful universe and everybody ain't broke. Everybody ain't broke. Depends on who you're talking to. Okay. With the King of Cups, there are many who are sitting on their throne, very confident, still living their life. They're not changing their plans. They're not wavering from their faith. They've always had faith and they're going to continue to do so. And these are also people who know better than to listen to negativity. These are also people who do not engage in negative conversations of hypotheticals and what if, and this is going to happen, and that is going to happen. Well, you have to trust and believe. Whatever happens in place of the old, God will bless you with the new. You will be blessed with a new way to create some sort of employment or stream of income for yourself. You have to trust that. There's no need to engage in these conversations. I'm picking up on people just engaging in these conversations and clicking on things on social media and watching things on the television. There's nothing wrong with that. We have free will, but you are absorbing a lot of negative energy and it's consistent each and every day. And it's just not a good idea. The next card we have here is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very confident. This is confidence. So as I just said, Spirit wants you to remain confident, collective, no matter what is taking place. Confidence is required in all things. Confidence is required, like I was just naming, to take care of your family, your children, to go to work, to wake up, clean the house, whatever it is, to run that business, whatever it is, start a family. It takes confidence. So you want to make sure you remain confident and don't allow anything to dissolve your light. Don't allow anything to steal your joy. Okay. You could be seeing 333. Okay. Equaling a 9. 9 represents attainment and fulfillment in numerology. Spirit is conveying in this message the things you desire, they are attainable. You will be fulfilled, but you have to keep the faith and continue to do the work. I'm picking up on energy of people who want to like throw in the towel or give up or utilize what they're hearing or seeing on social media or in these conversations as a reason. Oh, I'm not going to do it this year. I'm going to wait next year. No, the goal is to keep going, because in life, you're going to have peaks and valleys. You're going to have highs and lows. You're going to have good days and bad days. It's just part of life for everyone. The next card we have here is the 8 of Wands. Okay. So information is coming in, news that you can use that's going to bring you a lot of excitement, but also assist you in taking more action towards your goals. Instead of, having a pity party of, whoa, it's me, this is happening. And Spirit is saying nothing has happened at all. The conversations that you are engaging in and things you are absorbing is putting you in this dark space and place. And it's an illusion. It's not real. You have control of what kind of reality you will experience. Yes, you have control. So the ball is in your court. So I would bet on myself and make sure I'm just mindful of what I am absorbing. If someone is coming around you with the 10 of Swords energy and they are constantly in your ear, expressing negativity. And this is someone, I understand that people need someone to talk to, but I'm talking about someone who every time you see them, collective, and I'm talking about every time, They've got some negativity going on. They got something toxic going on. They're angry at somebody. Somebody stepped on their pinky toe. Just every day it is something negative. They never have nothing kind, or this is the type of person that don't even know what a joke is because they wouldn't laugh at it. These are the kind of conversations to avoid and the kind of people to avoid as well. It's very critical and it's very important, to protect your energy. And so we can't control other people, but we can control ourselves. So that's why it always, excuse me, comes up in my reads about separating yourself and severing ties, because that is what must be done. You can't control what no one else does, and it actually is a waste of time to be confrontational with anyone. It's a waste of energy, but you can always remove yourself. You have free will to do that, and no one can tell you what to do. You can hit the exit anytime. No one can stop you. Okay? Tap into your magician energy. Know your magic. If anything else at this time, know your magic. Learn thyself. Work on your abundance. Work on you being prosperous. Never mind what everyone else is doing. Okay? Never mind who's having a baby with who. You work on the baby you want to have, or if you don't, or focus on you, pour into you. The more you disconnect yourself from the hoopla and the friction that is going on around you, you'll find it easier to embrace and take control, not allowing anyone or anything to dissolve your light. Okay? It's not even about an agenda anymore. It's really not even about a conspiracy theory. No, 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 no. It's what we allow. Like straight up. It's what you allow. It's really a choice. We all have the same amount of time in a day, and it's what we allow. People can do and live the life they want to. We can have all the opinions we want to, but in the same energy and time that we're utilizing, focusing on things outside of us, especially if they're negative, it's not doing anything but putting you in this dark place. You may join the conversation, at 3 in the afternoon while you're in the supermarket, waiting to purchase some butter or some milk. But by the time you get home at 9 p.m. and you're making dinner, you're feeling, not so good. Okay. You're just not in a good mood. And your spouse is like, baby, what's wrong? And you don't know. That's those seeds of doubt from that conversation you had earlier in the market while your butter and milk was getting scanned or whatever you are purchasing. Those seeds of doubt, it does matter. And you may think that it doesn't. It's not about your belief system. When it comes to energy, it just is what it is. Okay. You have to leave your options open with the Seven of Cups here. You don't want to close yourself off to receiving favor and opportunity. You don't want to magnetize the wrong energy into your life, into your existence, or your children's existence as well. I'm picking up someone could be a parental figure, and this energy could be impacting your family, your household. As I just mentioned, a spouse, your love life as well. You're not laughing like you used to, or your family and even the children is noticing, like, hey, mommy and daddy's a little grouchy. What's going on? Okay. So as precious as life is for the living. So Spirit is saying, live today. Go ahead and gather, with like-minded energy. Make sure that you're gathering with friends and family, those who are, have that harmony, those who are on your frequency, those who are into living life and enjoying life. Now, this reading isn't to convey to be oblivious or ignore, but not to be so overly hyper focused on negative energy on a consistent daily. You have to be mindful because it will creep in, and before you know it, you'll be engaged in some conversation. You're like, I don't know how I got in this. Now I know I'm supposed to be doing this. And then like I just gave the scenario in the supermarket, those little seeds of doubt or those interactions that you are having with people, it'll come up later on down the line, if not the same day, somewhere in the week in your life. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I don't care who you are. You want at least a little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness. I'm pretty sure you're not here waking up each and every day like, "Ooh, I'm about to be sad today." No, you want to live your best life, I'm pretty sure. And so we have the Empress here. We know the Empress is someone who is nurturing, caring, very abundant, very influential, as well as very resourceful. The Empress, male or female, gender is fluid in tarot. Okay, both genders reside in all people. From time to time, one may outlead the other when it comes to masculine and feminine energy. But with the Empress and energy here, this is that Venusian energy here. So stand in your power of who you are, male or female. Go ahead and live your life and enjoy it each and every day. No matter what's going on, make the best of it. Make the best of it. It won't be forever, whatever you're dealing with. Okay. Okay, last read, I talked about the Miracle Whip sandwich. I don't care if you have a Miracle Whip sandwich for dinner. It's not going to be that way every day. Be grateful for what you have and who you are. All are welcome on this channel. Doesn't matter what your belief system is. And it's not going to be that way forever. It will get better for you, collective. So don't allow things to weigh you down. And let's get out of the conversation of talking about prices of what something costs. Look, God will provide, okay? The next conversation you hear somebody talking about the price of gas, tissue, or chicken, look, God will provide. The more you complain about what something costs, you're going to magnetize more issues for you to complain about what it costs. The more positive things you talk about, you're going to find more things magnetized towards you that are positive. And it works like that. Oh, yeah, it works like that. Try it. It works like that, and keep it going. You're going to be like, hey, I like this. Hey, I like this feeling. Hey, I like this feeling here. You're going to be like, I like this. Let's keep this going right here. You mean to tell me all I got to do is be mindful? Wow, of my perception and my attitude? Oh, wow, this really works. Oh, the Page of Swords here, it's time for you to continue, as I said, working on progress in your life in whatever area that you feel needs to be addressed. Okay. If there's something you want to work on or change, this is a wonderful time to work on that. This is a wonderful time to change that. No, you don't need to have no conversation and ask permission. If you want to go to school to further your education, go ahead. No, you're never too old for that. No, the money is provided already. Okay. Oh, if you're interested in buying that first home, guess what? The money will be provided. Start researching and looking into things. That's how we begin that. Whatever you're desiring. Oh, you haven't dated in a while. You want to get back on the dating scene. Okay, dress up and let yourself be seen. Yeah, it works like that. It works like that. Okay. It works like that. Yeah. Something that you like, you usually purchase, okay, they changed the price on it. Maybe you're someone lives on a budget. Okay, let's talk about it. We don't have to complain about it. Guess what? We're just going to get another brand. Yes, we are. We're going to come out of that habit of, okay, it's above my budget. I don't want to go past my budget because I understand that's what somebody needs to hear, that people live on a budget, and that's very smart and wise. Okay, those items that you usually like getting, even your makeup, I know, Sephora or Ulta Beauty may not be in the budget. You may have to get a different brand of makeup. You may have to get a different brand of lip gloss. You may have to get a different brand of hair glue. Okay, be willing to change and go in the flow. I'm serious. You may have to get a brand of tissue. Be willing to go in the flow of change. Okay. This reading here, I was nudged to give this reading because Spirit is saying so many people are becoming sad and depressed of what they are hearing. Let them know it is an illusion. An illusion. Also, people are being tested. Are you willing to make the change? Can you embrace change to stay in the flow in order to receive the blessing? No one knows for sure, for sure, for sure what tomorrow holds. So if you're put through a test to see if you're willing to embrace the change and make the changes, who knows? A month or so, hey, that brand that you like specifically may go back on sale again. I'm just using that as an example. It just may go on sale. Things may change. No one knows. No one knows. So remain optimistic, collective, about your present as well as your future. Let nothing get you down, male or female. Come out of that. You are not depressed. That is so fake. You are not depressed. You want to be depressed. You have a lot to be grateful for. A lot to be grateful for. You are not sad at all. No, you're not. Mm-mm. No, you're not letting your light dissolve. Not at all. You're going to keep up the good fight. Yeah, you can have a moment to yourself and chill. There's nothing wrong with that. You can speak your mind, but Spirit is saying, be careful, collective, with allowing, because it's a lot of negative projection that is out of all of our control. That is being projected onto us, okay? And this message is just a form of notification at your energy. And just to be mindful. That's all it is. And don't allow yourself to succumb to the illusion. Well, you'll get into that energy of being stressed or depressed because you're not depressed and you're not stressed out. This is temporary. Change is always happening. This is a test. This is only a test. Beep. Straight up. You have to look at it that way. You have to. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Whew. There is someone somewhere that wish they had what you had. Seriously, there is someone somewhere that wish they had what you had. Be grateful, you guys, for everything. Just be grateful. Be grateful. If you have kind people in your life, be grateful. You have resources, be grateful. You have a roof over your head, be grateful. Be grateful. Gratitude is the attitude. That is what will help you in not allowing your light to be resolved, where you feel you have to constantly, arise and arise, and you have the angel standing over you. We all are assigned our own guardian angel, okay, that is with us our entire life, okay, trying to encourage you to pick your head up, that it's all an illusion, wanting you to stand in your power and know how powerful you are. That's not just something that's said in tarot because it sounds big or mesmerizing or spectacular. No, you actually are powerful. Then this is how powerful you are. You're not this person cringed down with their head down and sad and depressed. This is who you are. This is your true nature here. So you have to be mindful of what you are absorbing. Be mindful. You can chit chat a little bit, but when those conversations get heavy, I'm like, all right, y'all, I'll catch y'all later. I got something to do. I'm serious. If somebody call you, you know what? I got something in the oven. Let me call you back. Soon as that conversation go negative, tell them you got something to do. You know what? I got something to do. I'll call you back. Oh, somebody's on the other end. I'll call you back. Just that simple. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You have to be mindful. And the more the social media expands, there are people who have a lot of, I just to give a message, but it's another to convey a fear-mongering message, and you have nothing closing to balance that fear-mongering message out. You're just projecting and projecting, and it's all negative, and you're screaming and you're shouting, and it's all negative. I mean, even Jerry Springer, rest in power, had a closing statement that had some kind of cohesiveness at the end of his show. Rest in power to the late Jerry Springer. Okay? As much was going on at Jerry Springer talk show, and everyone knows it, he had a closing statement It had some sort of light in it. Okay, I don't care how dark the show was, he balanced it out before the show went off to television. Each and every day. But the more that the social media expands, people are so quick to get on and scream and project and project and project. And what they are saying, it may be true. Number one, it may be true, but it's fear mongering to those who may take that message the wrong way. And it can also lead to other things that wouldn't be so pleasant. I'm going to say it like that. So be careful. And y'all get my drill. It could lead to things that wouldn't be so pleasant. But there's a portion of people who care and a portion of people who don't. And guess what? People have what? Free will. So they're allowed to get on social media and make those fear-mongering messages screaming at people and acting all irate. But they have no advice. There's no inspiration. There's no closing balance, no statement to bring balance to what they are conveying. It's just all negative, 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 negative. And the wrong person absorb that, it could go left. It could go left. I'm going to go to the next card. It could really go left. So be careful. Not just with social media, with a lot of things. Conversations, be careful. There's a lot of people experiencing things, and we all are different. We are uniquely, individually, divinely created. Everyone does not receive information the same way. We don't even process our emotions the same way. So don't allow yourself to go there. Or you may have a loved one. This message may be for somebody you care about, collective. You may have a loved one who don't know how to process things that they hear and may take it the wrong way. Be careful. Sometimes you got to turn stuff off and turn some music on. Like seriously, or you have a house full of beautiful, precious children. Hey, y'all turn that off. Let's go outside. Or let me turn the music on. Or let's watch a movie, a cartoon. You have to redirect the energy. Because, I'm picking up on someone could have a household of maybe 4 or 5 children. And you could be a single parent. And you're trying to do it all. And you're trying to keep your eye on everybody. But you can't watch everybody. But you're doing your best. You're doing your best. Have conversations with your teenagers and with your children also. Such as, how are you doing? How you feeling? How is school? Is that working out with you? How's your friend? Talk to your children. Talk to them. Kids or teenagers. If you are a parental figure watching this, talk to your children. Check on them. Even if it's 2 minutes. Even if they, bye mom, I gotta go. Bye dad. Look, talk to the children. Just ask them how they doing. That just came in very quickly. Like, get this out, get this out. Talk to the children, check on them, ask them how they doing. Or whatever friend that they talk to a lot, like their favorite friend, only you know who that is. How your friend doing? What's going on with be involved. Check on the children, check on the kids. I don't care if they're 18 or 19, check on them. I don't care if they're 20, check on them. Check on them. Because it's so much going on out here. So much projection, so much. There are people who can't handle what's going on, and they're choosing to do things that are imbalanced. Check on the children. That's for somebody. Make sure you're communicating. It could just be a 5-minute conversation, and do it consistently. You can do it randomly. Spirit is saying do it consistently. Couple times a week. What happened today? How was work? How was school? How your friend? What's going on? What's your plan? What you doing? Check on the children. Create a game night where y'all sit down and turn the phones off and have a game night. Create a game night where everybody have to sit down and spend time with each other. Game night is not old. And they do still sell board games. Yeah. And as I said, sit down and check. Look at this. Look at God. The 4 of Swords. This representing resting and rejuvenating, self love, recovery, and also solitude. Game night will never get old. Yes, they have some great board games out. Whether you're a kid or an adult, everybody can play. It don't matter what age. Cards, whatever, dominoes, whatever. Old school Candyland, Honky Honky Hippo, whatever you want to play. Jenga, Connect Four. And yes, I have some of them games I'm naming. I sure do. And yes, I play them. Check on the children. The Ten of Wands, the goal is to make sure that you are relieved of feeling like you are burdensome, of feeling like you are overwhelmed, as if it's the end all be all. And a lot of times, if we take time to ourselves to be still, and this is something that I like to work on, you will really find later on down the line that it wasn't what you thought it was from the beginning. When something first occurred, it's like we go into the emotional bag and we want to react to everything. But if you be still and just chill, you'll find out that thing wasn't coming your way anyway. Oh, they said it's gonna rain real bad. You close your windows, you get your umbrella, you take your raincoat, you can put on your galoshes, and then guess what? It don't rain anyway. It passed you over. It rained, but it passed you over. It never even hit you. But you went through all the steps and took all these measurements, and it didn't rain anyway. And that's the whole goal of, stepping into self-awareness and learning who you are. It takes time. Nothing happens overnight. It takes time. And it's different for everyone. It's different. If you are on a spiritual path, if you are experiencing an awakening, give yourself time. There is no rush. And don't allow what you see in the media to make you feel or think, oh, maybe I just shouldn't be doing this. No, this is the perfect time to be doing this. There are no coincidences. This is confirmation. This is a test, and you're going to pass it. Be mindful. Be mindful. Because some of these people who are passing these fear-mongering messages and they all irate and screaming and spitting, you could be listening to someone who don't even know how to process their own energy. They don't even know how to process their own feelings. They can have some itch going on with them. Be mindful. Don't let numbers fool you. Yeah, this is the message. Don't let them numbers fool you. Oh, it's a lot of people following that person, so they must be right. Be careful with that. Be careful. Duality exists in all things. Be careful. Because if you're not, it's not about what they're saying is a lie, but if you're not equipped, ready, or prepared, or know how to transmute your energy or recalibrate your energy, that can impact you, collective. And it also can impact your household. You're watching the news 24/7. I mean, the news 24/7, and you ain't getting nothing but blows and negative energy all day. And your family walking through the house, y'all eating dinner in front of it, you're talking in front of it. That stuff is impactful. It is. Spirit is saying it's time for you to be impactful in your own life, on your own spiritual journey. You don't need to break your own heart with the Three of Swords by being oblivious and disregarding the projection that is taking place around you. There's no need to be oblivious because you're only breaking your own heart. Because you're the one who have to endure the energy that you are absorbing, nobody else. And if you are, like I said, you have a family, you may have children, you may have a large, beautiful family that live in your house. That is impactful. You wonder why the baby can't sleep and the dog barking. And the cat keeps scratching at the door. You want to be in the energy of being calm and knowing that your ships are sailing in. So when the storms are a brewing, you're trusting that you won't be ruined. You want to be in the energy of confidence. You want to be in the energy of exercising your faith. Whatever your belief system is, all are welcome on this channel. That's the time to exercise your faith when you feel like you are worried, or your belief system, whatever you believe in. We don't debate about other people's belief system. That is none of my business. And nor do I want to sway you to believe in anything besides what you already believe. I am who I am, and hopefully you are who you are. Period. Because it's all about balance. You can have Sagittarius placement somewhere in your chart. Everything is about balance and confidence. And when I say confidence, we're not talking about arrogance. We're not talking about competing with nobody. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're talking about grown folk talk over here. This grown folk talk over here. This ain't for the kiddies. This is grown folk talk over here. We're talking about confidence, the oomph, your why, the energy, the strength to keep going. That's why it's important to maintain your balance. And in order to maintain your balance, you're being mindful of the company you keep. You're being mindful of the conversations you engage in. You're being mindful of who you are allowing into your life. You're being mindful of who you are allowing into your home. You're being mindful of what kind of invitations you accept. You know, what you are connected to. What do you involve yourself in? What do you stand for? What do you represent? No one is telling you what to do. You have free will, but you're just being mindful. Make sure that you can handle the choices you are making. Some people love chaos and chaotic energy. You know, a lot of people do a lot of great magic out of chaotic energy. You know, this is their uptime. There's folks who beam off of it like this all day, like, whoop, oh, this is my uptime. Make sure that you can deal with the recalibration. Make sure you know how to cleanse yourself, protect yourself. Make sure you're not letting it affect you or your family or your household, where you're lashing out at each other. You're being moody and snappy and grumpy. Okay? Make sure you can handle whatever you partake in. Make sure you know the difference between what's your energy and what's somebody else's. Make sure you understand when you are being projected onto, or maybe that's some kind of empathic ability. Maybe that's not my energy. I just left so and so. Oh, maybe it was the location I was at. Okay, let me just be mindful, either not to go there, or when I go there, protect myself. Maybe you do need to cover your crown. Could be. Maybe you need to wear, I don't know. Maybe you need to wear you a crystal or something. I don't know. Maybe it's something you need to do for that. You can't allow people, places, and things to make you dim your light. And it says the dissolving light, but dim your light. Same, you cannot allow it. Life is going to keep happening, collective. It always has been happening since the day you've been born. It's going to keep on. Mother Earth will always be here. Mother Gaia will be here. As people transition and move on to the next realm, Mother Earth will be here. It will be here. Test yourself, challenge yourself. The next time somebody come near you with something negative, say nothing. Don't comment, be still. Don't say nothing to the person, say nothing. Walk away or act like you didn't hear it. And I bet you walk away feeling different from if you would have engaged or gave a comment about what they were talking about. You can have something worrying you in the back of your mind, and you go out on errands to run your errands, pay some bills, or go shopping, and you hear or see a total stranger mentioning something that was playing out in the back of your mind. Yo, the energy don't be playing. You got to be careful where your mind go, because that's straight where the energy is flowing to. And you have to constantly cleanse and recalibrate. It's not a headache or a problem, because the more you do it, the brighter that light gets, the stronger that sphere of light becomes around you in your aura. And you become unpenetratable, if I said that right. Unpenetratable. But if I said it wrong, y'all get it? Okay? Because there are people, no matter what's going on, they are feeling ambitious to be competitive. These are folks that work good out of chaotic energy. They love it. They love it. These are people who are comfortable in the darkness. They love it. But if you are someone who's trying to manifest, build, create, working on progress, you have things to do, places to go, and people that want to see you. I'm talking to people, a person or a group of people who got things to do. You busy. You busy. You real busy. You really don't have time for nonsense. That's who this reading is for. Because this is competition right here. This is ambition right here. This is conflict right here. This is people who like to be in conflict. All things exist, a duality exists in all things, person, place, or thing. So while you're being the light, someone's going to be the dark, the light, the dark. But Spirit is saying, don't you fall over into that. My opinion, I think you should keep a balance of both. I think you should keep an even scale. Like the Libras do. They keep an even scale. You should be able to work with that dark and that light and harness them and tap in whenever necessary and stand on that. Know that you are special. Don't allow these illusions to block you. They are illusions. These are things being thrown at you, topics of discussions. Politicians, politics, what celebrities are doing, who's sleeping with who, and these are these are distractions. These are distractions, collective. You don't have to live your life. Every day you don't have to prove your love. With the Knight of Swords here, every day you don't have to be courageous and passionate towards defending yourself. You don't have to live a life like that unless it's necessary. You keep this energy on reserve. You keep this in the arsenal. But you don't want to spend every waking moment of your life in defense and protection mode. As you move forward, you may have had a moment in your life where you've had to be constantly on guard, but as you move forward and you're doing the work, that means you removing, you severing ties. You're not retying them booches. You are not trying to moonwalk. Anybody think they nickel slick? You got their penny change? You're not pulling this energy out unless necessary. This stays in resolve right here, in the reserve and resolve. Yeah, I said that right. And then we have the Queen of Cups, healing, intuition. So I'm picking up that you have healed a lot in your life that you've been through. And you're more connected to your intuition. You could be someone who's just now learning. You could be at the beginning stage, or you could feel, I'm going to say this, you feel you're at the beginning. But the abilities that you have, you've always had them. You're very intuitive. You do follow your first mind. You do follow that gut feeling. You don't disregard it. And you're becoming very intense and powerful. And so that's why Spirit is saying, do not allow, things that you are hearing to distract you. And you know what, collective, it doesn't even matter if it's true or false what you're hearing. What matters is for you not to allow these things to distract you or derail you or make you feel like you're not capable or able to live your best life, because you are worthy and you are on the right path. Truly. Like, yeah. So you have to do the work so you'll know the difference. You'll know if that's your energy or someone else's energy. Or if you're feeling kind of off balance, you know what to do. Oh, let me go cleanse that up real quick. Doesn't mean that you're doing something to hurt anyone. You have free will to protect yourself and do spiritual hygiene all day long. There is nothing wrong with that. That does not mean you're standing over a cauldron trying to hurt anybody. That's somebody need to know it, but anywho, this concludes the read. Later.